kind, aware, and willing to act. In the next 7 minutes, a child in the U.S. will be bullied. That's at least 4 kids in the next 30 minutes.
When I came to this school, I was scared that I might have to get bullied again.
That child could be yours or the son or daughter of someone you know.
The messages she received were degrading, disgusting, demoralizing.
And studies show most students and adults don't intervene. Many do nothing.
Students who are bullying people aren't going to get up in the middle of class and bully someone right in front of the teacher. Students that are doing these things are doing it covertly, underhanded, behind people.
Turning a blind eye to bullying, a problem we all need to fix. Good evening to all of you, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, a 41 Action News special report, Kind KC, Say No to Bullying.
Here at 41 Action News, we've started a movement to say no to violence, no to bullying, no to discrimination.
And tonight, we'll spend the next 30 minutes focusing on how we all can help put an end to bullying in our schools, at work, where we live.
Because as a community, we all need to stand up, speak out, and help.
To me, bullying is whenever you purposely single out someone and judge them because they're different, whether that be their skin color.
For example, in my life, it hasn't been as difficult for me as it has for other people, but it's the small things that count. Calling somebody, for example, I've been called a chink.
And then people often in middle school call me anorexic and saying that I don't eat properly.
Bullying to me is addressing someone in a harmful way, whether it's mentally or physically.
Just doing something to increase your popularity.
Bullying is when we refuse to accept the simple fact that every person is created equal.
Bullying is why things like Brussels and London and 9/11 happen, because someone isn't brave enough or have enough courage to stop something when they know is wrong right in front of their face.
If you're a bystander and you allow it to happen, there's a degree of culpability there.
And if it was me, I would want them to stand up for me.
It's important for all of us, not just like celebrities and athletes who go out and talk.
I think it's important that we all dedicate ourselves to stop bullying, that it's not just the bully and the victim at stakes here.
It could be you.
It could be me.
But it won't be us.
Because together,
we fight bullying.
Because we are Kind KC.
There are real consequences to bullying, some we may not even think about. School districts can take a huge financial hit due to kids not showing up to class out of fear and students needing to be disciplined.
And statistics actually show more than 160,000 kids miss school every day out of fear of being bullied.
God, I always felt kind of heartbroken. Why would someone be willing to do this to another person?
Bullying. It can result in negative consequences not only on the victims, but for the bullies as well. It can lead to academic failure, poor health, even job loss into adulthood. Recently, Wallet Hub released its findings looking at the prevalence of bullying in our schools. Looking at 17 key metrics, it ranked Kansas 29th. And Missouri 21st.
The people who are doing it will see that there's a consequence for their actions.
Kansas did rank among the lowest states whose high school students missed school due to fear of being bullied. Louisiana and South Carolina tied for the worst. And when it comes to bullying prevalence at school, Missouri ranked 8th, near the top of the list. Kansas 18th.
It's creating a culture and fostering a kind and caring environment.
In 2015, Shawnee Mission Schools launched a new app that allows students to report bullying immediately.
I wanted something that was easy for the kids to report, remained anonymous.
Keeping students safe in the classroom to allow them to succeed, not only at school, but also later in life.
Well, throughout this broadcast, we have an expert answering your questions about bullying. Just go to our 41 Action News Facebook page to join in the conversation.
Despite these consequences, the majority of bullying still takes place at school. 1 in 3 students say they've been bullied. This according to the Department of Health and Human Services. But at one Kansas City school, bullying rarely happens, if at all.
Stop.
Show me. That's how you shoot? How you shoot?
I gotta cross them up a little, then you gotta shoot.
Their basketball moves may need a lot of work.
Look.
But there's a program here at Trailwoods Elementary that's a slam dunk.
He granny styles it.
And the playbook could be one modeled across KCPS.
When I came to this school, I was scared that I might have to get bullied again. and get expelled from this school. But I actually didn't because I learned about the Leader in Me program.
And it's a Leader in Me school.
I kept hearing them say Leader in Me.
Yeah.
What is that?
Leader in Me is a program we have. It's based on Stephen Covey's work with adults and the 7 habits that adults live by. And we live by the 7 habits of happy kids.
Habits such as carrying your own weather, synergizing, finding your voice.
Being proactive was my favorite one.
This model of empowering the student, this recipe, it's proven to be a strong way to combat bullying at Trailwoods. School leaders say it rarely happens here.
I got to tell you one thing.
Go for it, brother.
Teachers don't tolerate it here.
KCPS plans on taking some of these successes to form a district-wide student advisory council. They'll work closely with the student body and report any and all concerns directly to administrators.
To get to the root of those problems that we as adults don't see. We don't feel. Students who are bullying people aren't going to get up in the middle of class and bully someone right in front of the teacher. Students that are doing these things are doing it covertly, underhanded, behind people.
At Trailwoods, they host workshops on bullying and bullying prevention throughout the school year.
So watch this, ready?
And new students are welcomed with open arms by none other than students.
So part of that is when a new student comes along, they really try to show that student the ropes.
Yeah, looks like.
And when you feel empowered and
That the teachers love us.
All right, see you later.
there's little to no room for bullying and more opportunities to drink.
When I grow up, I want a pink Lamborghini.
You want a pink Lamborghini?
Yes.
Why?
So that then girls would be like, that's my favorite color. You know, they would want to check it out.
Really?
That way.
Well, the district-wide bullying initiative could start as soon as next school year. Right now, students have an anonymous number they can call to report bullying. That number, 471-TIPS.
Kevin, thanks. Bullying can not only take place in the classroom, but also the workplace. Examples can include verbal abuse, intimidation, threats, gossip, withholding information or resources from someone, and excluding them from conversations to try to set them up to fail. Experts say companies need to put procedures in place to try to stop it.
To be really effective, it needs to start at the top. This means that CEOs and senior leaders model respect-filled leadership and expect everybody else to do the same. And this becomes a central theme in the culture that is intolerant of bullying behaviors.
And you know, it's estimated companies can lose $5 to $6 billion in lost productivity each year due to bullying.